Hello, I'm Maddie, so check my flow. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I've got a story to tell, and I can't be too loud because, well, it's 12:53 on the clock, and my family is in bed. It's on my chest, and I'd like to rant about it, I guess you could say, so I don't want to be too loud. So the whole story is based off of my close friend, Emily. Me and Emily, or Emily and I, for all those grammar polices out there, Emily and I have been in the magical Old English Feast all throughout our high school. And the Old English Feast is this medieval experience where we act like medieval characters with different personalities and different titles. I, for one, was Lady Catherine of Arrogance, so I was very snobby in everything I did, and we could never break out of character during the feast. All these people come to the feast, they have dinner, and we put on a show for them, and we sing songs. So me and Emily and I are a part of that. It's always a tradition that after a show, or after a performance or something, we always head to the Jefferson Diner. It's only after our shows and performances that all of the cast heads out there to eat. The whole day was spent in setting up the castle. We stayed during school, after school, late into the night, till 11. So I was so tired after the setup, the performance. I was just looking forward to going to the Jefferson Diner and chilling out. After the show, the time came for us to discuss, alright, who's driving who, how are we gonna get there? All of a sudden, I heard among the cast that the destination was changed. It was no longer the Jefferson Diner. No, everyone wanted to go to the Betsy Ross Diner. Excuse me? The Jefferson Diner is a one and only. And the Betsy Ross Diner is new, and the food is okay. And I've been there before, and it's like this small room, and I feel like it would be awkward, and if a lot of us were gonna go there, then we would probably interrupt everyone else's meal, because it's small, you know, everything echoes in there. Meanwhile, the Jefferson Diner has many places throughout the restaurant, so like say there was a bunch of annoying kids like us making a lot of noise, the owner would say, oh, go in this part, that way you won't be interrupting, you know what I mean? And it's just the environment. And I have to say, it's because of the milkshakes. Of course, I was ticked off. I thought, this is my senior year, we're going to the Jefferson Diner, but no one else wanted to go. So I told Emily, that, you know, us girls, or us group of girls, we should just head to the Jefferson Diner, no matter what the other rest of the cast does, because we don't really talk to those people anyways, right? So why not head to our favorite place? And she's like, yeah. So we're all in agreement, so I tell all the girls, I'm excited, I get my stuff, I get my costume back in its place, and then I go back to Emily, and I say, alright, are things ready? Can we go? And then she tells me, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to the Betsy Ross Diner, because I'm driving people, and it's closer, and I've just changed my mind. And I'm just looking at her like, what? This is the Jefferson Diner. You can't just tell me that the Betsy Ross is better. No, it's not. I'm just appalled at her. On top of that, my sister bailed. She didn't even want to go. So my sister bailed, and my close friend is assigned to go to Betsy Ross. All flags are up, man. I'm done. So I decided to go home, went up to my room, and went to look on YouTube videos as always. I just spent the whole night until 1 watching YouTube videos, because we know we're all like that. All of us people on YouTube, we just watch videos until the sun comes back up. So yeah, I just spent the whole night doing that, wishing I was at the Jefferson Diner. So the next day, I wake up at 1. How is that for a constant sleeping pattern? As I head to the high school to get changed and set up for the show as always, there's a show Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So now it's Saturday, we're preparing before the show. I walk up to Emily, and the first thing that comes out of her mouth is, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. Did you get my text? And I'm just thinking in my head, what does that mean? What do you mean? Why do you feel so bad? She starts explaining to me that she called me several times last night and texted me and called me, and then her friend texted me and called me. Apparently, they went to the Jefferson Diner because stinking Betsy Ross Diner closed at 11. Like, there's nothing good about Betsy Ross. They headed there without me. The whole cast, the entire cast, headed to Jefferson Diner, the place I was looking forward to. Man, I was angry. Look, I'm not much of communication. I barely go on my phone. I'm usually on my laptop looking at videos, let's be honest. When I hear her tell me that I have a ton of missed calls on my phone, I suddenly think, my house is 2 minutes away, not even, from the school. Emily, you could have just drove to my house, knocked on the door, and told me you were going to Jefferson Diner. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry. So that's one thing, right? It was a little annoying. Let's talk about the second thing now. So we do another show. Emily decides to do another annoying thing during the show to get my mind flustered, clustered, cluttered. Anyways, in our show we have many parts. The people come, they get entertained by us because it's a feast. They get 5 different meals, I think? 5? There's French onion soup, salad, baked potato. I was gonna say hot potato, but that's a game. Chicken. That's 4 so far. And then after that, we entertain them by putting on skits that our course teacher actually writes himself. So every summer, our course teacher writes 5 skits, which is crazy, but somehow he does it. We do an execution because someone didn't pay their taxes, and then we crown ladies in waiting. The queen does that, and then the king knights, young boys from the audience. It's really sweet. And then after that, we just sing songs, and then sing Silent Night with our candles, and then leave, and that's it. That's the end of the show. The song before Silent Night, which ends our performance, was Good King Come. And to do the song, you need a kazoo. But you don't want the audience to know. You hold it in your sleeve, and I've got a dress. My dress, man, I have a long dress with a long sleeve, so I can cover that kazoo with ease. Like, there's no problem. My sleeve is so long. It's like a blanket. And then later in the song, when the chorus comes, all of a sudden we take out our kazoos and do I wish I had my kazoo because I feel like an idiot right now. Anyways, so obviously you need a kazoo for that song. So we have them set on the table behind us, and as I'm turning to get my kazoo, I reach for the kazoo, and then all of a sudden Emily says, "That's mine." And this is while we're on stage performing. "That's mine, Madison." And she puts it back. No, it's mine. And of course I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want the audience to hear me arguing. "No, Madison, it's mine. It's orange." I said, "No, it's not." She's like, "Yeah, it is. There's 2 kazoos there, right? And obviously one is hers. But the other one is light orange, and yet she's claiming that this red one is orange, when there's obviously a light orange one right next to it. I'm just trying to get the kazoo. Come on, Emily. Can we not cause a fuss here? That's what I'm thinking." I reach for the kazoo, and she decides to hold on to it. I'm trying to take the kazoo from her hand, and she's holding on to it. And here I am, and then all of a sudden, our course teacher is about to lift up his hands, the song is about to start, and my close friend is holding on to my kazoo. Like, what the heck? She finally realizes it after the song actually starts, and she gives it to me, but just the nerve to hold on to the kazoo like it was her prized possession. I wasn't expecting it. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about is right when we're about to leave for Jefferson Diner. Now I finally get to go to Jefferson Diner. Friday night, there was a miscommunication. Saturday night, I'm going to the Jefferson Diner. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I get in my car, but the thing is, I'm a good driver in some aspects, but when it comes to directions, I'm lost. And I guess that's okay because I'm a new driver, but it could be deadly in some circumstances if you're just lost and you don't know where you are. So I ask Emily, of course I ask Emily, "Can I drive behind you when you go to the diner?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So after the show, we head to our cars, we say goodbye and stuff like that. My sister and I get in my truck, and we drive to the edge of the parking lot, like near the end where the exit and entrance is. And we're just waiting there. We're letting other cars pass, and we're waiting for Emily to come. And she never comes. So I look out into the distance. I try and look out to the other side of the parking lot. I'm trying to identify her car, which is very small. I'm not good with types of cars, but it's a small car. It's low to the ground. So I'm trying to look for her. And I'm thinking, where the heck did she go? Because I saw her walk into her car across the parking lot. 3 minutes passed by of us just waiting in the car, waiting for Emily so we can get out of here and go to the freaking Jefferson Diner. Because I'm hungry, man. It's 11. As I look out, I see this little car and I'm thinking that's Emily. And it's just sitting there. And I'm thinking, is Emily actually waiting for me? She waited there like 3 minutes in the parking lot, expecting me to come up somewhere and look for my blue Dakota pickup truck, and she couldn't find it, so both of us, on opposite sides of the parking lot, were just waiting there for 3 minutes. May not seem like a lot, but that's a long time for me. Just sitting there and doing nothing. I would have waited longer for Emily to get her act together if it wasn't for my sister, who decided to turn down the window and scream out Emily. Scream out her name. "Emily!" We're screaming out because it's a big parking lot. Emily turns down her window and we see her face. "Oh, you guys are there?" Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Emily. Come on. And her car has freaking reindeer antlers on them. I should have known that was Emily's car because it has reindeer antlers on them. I've lost it. I say, "Emily! You idiot! Why you get over here? Sorry!" imagine 2 girls screaming across the parking lot. Finally she comes, reindeer antlers and all, and we finally go to the Jefferson Diner. I honk at her a few times just out of spite, because I've just had enough. I guess the point of this video was just to let out some of the silly, annoying things that your friends can do. Obviously, they're your friends, but you know, some of the things they do, man. What is going on in their heads? That's all I've got. That's it. Thanks. Thanks for watching.